Hey guys, welcome back to Alternative Smallholding. It's Monday, and today, don't know if you can tell, it's not going to plan at all. It's not going to plan. So I'm just going to get myself cleaned up, and then in here we are going to do an experiment with overwintering lettuces and some other vegetables. But first, I think I need to I've got a little something that I need to get rid of. It's not funny. Beardy Dude finds it hilarious. Let's close ourselves off from those guys. It is going to be a bit echoey because we are in the greenhouse today. I'm pretty sure I am still going to have a dollop of mud still on my face, and I won't notice until I'm editing, so please excuse me if I do have a few mud splashes today. Oh, it's been one of those days where literally nothing is going to plan. It's acting quite stressful, to be honest, but I've locked myself away in the greenhouse and we are going to play with seeds today. Hopefully we brought the seed box. It's in the car. I shall go fetch the seed box. I have my seed box. Today I've been clearing up this greenhouse. I did want to do some filming outside, but the farmer has been trimming all of the hedges for the last hour. Ooh, made you wobbly, sorry. For the last hour. So it's been rather noisy. So I thought, instead of trying to film outside with all the projects that are going on out there, we would concentrate in here and get some seeds sown. Now, if you hear me moving and hear this, it's because the greenhouse is technically flooded. See? Well, not flooded. Flooded is an exaggeration. I've put some old rags that were brought up down, but it's very wet. And I have a hole in my welly. I do. And my foot is absolutely freezing, so I'm going to have to procure some new wellies before we really get stuck into winter. So I'm going to open this seed box and then I'm going to talk to you about what we're going to do today. Seeds. Now in here I have all sorts, and to be honest it needs organising again, and I only did it a few weeks ago. So we've got some lovely Helichrysum seeds that I've dried. These are yellow ones that my friend saved for me specifically from her ones. So I know that they're yellow for next year. Some radish seeds, and then I found some of my Douglasii poached eggplants too. And they are feverfew, and I'm glad we're in the greenhouse because it's gone rather windy. So we need a new sledgehammer and new wellies. You broke it.
That's another 10 years, isn't it?
Until you got your hands on it. You broke the sledgehammer. I did warn you that today wasn't going to plan, didn't I? Should we just go home?
It's a comedy of errors.
So now what are you going to do?
Go to the pub.
Can I join you?
No, you stay here.
Damn it! Okay, let's get back to seeds. So, there's pink Helichrysum that I've saved as well. So what I've done is each one of these bags is marked like salads and, look at that one, seed to swap. So these ones will be going in my seed swap, as well as a load of other ones that I've sorted out at home. We've got roots, and it looks like some of the beetroots have come loose there. Flowers, beans, squash and corn, because we plant them together, so I put them in the same bag. Tomatoes, I've got some to add to there, of course I do. Then we've got peppers and miscellaneous and herbs, so that includes everything like chard, and then all my corianders. I've got motherwort and skullcap seeds to sort out in there too. These are alliums, so leeks and spring onions, and then oct. And my brassica seeds aren't in here. We are going to do an experiment with some salads and see what we can grow over winter. I asked people in our Facebook group, Alternative Smallholding, funnily enough, what salads do they grow over winter, and I was actually really surprised to find a lot of you grow a lot of salads over winter. So you guys have influenced me directly to try an experiment. I'm going to try and not make this camera wobble, I am sorry. But what I'm going to do is, I have an abundance of salad seeds, and I group salad as radishes, lettuces, loose leaf lettuces, cucumbers, all that kind of thing. And I have a lot of seed because I shop in the sales, and when they're 10p a packet, I buy multiple packets of a lot of things. So I thought, for the cost of 10p and a bit of compost that I've already got, let's do an experiment. Let's see what we can grow in our unheated greenhouse over winter. If it fails, it's not the end of the world. I'll reuse that compost, chuck it outside, and all it's cost me is 10p. So I'm going to get myself set up here, get the compost ready, get my seed trays ready, and I'll bring you back down and show you what we're going to grow over winter. I've just tipped out some compost and found this. Can you see these? These are either slug or snail eggs. I'm not entirely sure which one they are. They're very pretty. I do like them, but that means that this bag of compost that I left opened in the greenhouse is now full. Aha! There's a little culprit of tiny little snails. So I'm just going to bung that outside and the birds can eat them, and then I'll open a fresh bag. Right, we have decided upon for our winter unheated greenhouse experiment. I'm going to do all sorts of different salads. So first off, I'm going to grow some French breakfast radish and also some of my favourite radish, which are white icicle, and it says on the packet, can be sown all year round. Okay, so we're going to put that to the test. Then I'm going to grow some purple mustard and some Mizuna, a tray of mixed salad leaves, some, I don't think it's perpetual spinach, but spinach. We'll grow some spinach leaves. I'm going to try, this is an old packet of seeds, so I don't know if it'll work, but I didn't want to do any lettuces that formed heads because I thought they wouldn't have time, but then I thought, hey, this is an experiment, so why not try? So we've got some Webb's Wonderful, and it says they can be sown up to October, so we're only a few weeks late. Nature doesn't go by our calendar, does she? Bit of rocket or arugula. I might do some of this salad bowl mix if I've still got space, and then I'm going to do something that I've not done before at this time of year. I'm actually going to sow some leeks, with the idea being that they will get started now, and then come the spring they'll be bigger and ready to go out. Now, exhibition growers have already started their leeks to get big leeks, but they obviously grow them in like optimum conditions, and they're doing pretty good from what I've seen online. But I thought, I want to try something here, because why not? I've got an abundance of seeds. The one thing I do have is seeds, and I've got space, so let's do it. I've got a mixture of seed trays, like these things. I've got some troughs and some individual pots too, like so. So we're going to get all of these sown. I'll show you how I do it, and we'll label them all up, and then over the winter I'll give you an update on how they're doing. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to do some radish in one of these troughs. I'm going to do half as French breakfast and half as white icicle. You do need to make sure that obviously there's drainage holes in the bottom of any pot that you use. I'm just going to fill this up and get sowing. This isn't the best quality compost, and it's already really damp. That's why I'm using my gloves. I don't usually. But it will do for an experiment. It's got the nutrients and feed in it that the plants need, and hopefully we'll get a crop. I'm going to do white icicle first. These are quite a spicy radish, I find. I don't need that many obviously, but I really enjoy these. So I'm just going to sprinkle them around, or thin them out, because that's too many. Next lot, French breakfast. Again, they're loose inside. The radish seeds look a bit like brassica seeds. Little round pebbles. I'll put those over the top. Job done. I'm just going to sprinkle them with some of the finer pieces of that compost. Cover them up a little. So that's the radish done, and next I'm going to do a mixed tray of red mustard and Mizuna, which I don't eat a lot of, to be honest, so that's why I'm doing them both mixed in one tray. Hopefully we'll get a nice mixture, a nice selection of flavours. So I'm going to put you down, I'm going to find a tray. I filled all of the trays we saw, because you don't need to see me doing that, do you? So this one will be rocket or arugula. I'm going to do spinach in here. I'm going to do the Webb's Wonderful head lettuce in there because I couldn't find another one of these trays. Mixed salad leaves in here, and a mix of mustard Mizuna in there, and then the salad bowl mixed lettuce in there, and also some leeks in a tub. So I'm going to get on and sow all of these, and I'll film it as I go. So that's all of the seeds sown in the trays now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and cover these seeds with their own depth of soil, and then we will just leave them here in the greenhouse and see how they go. This compost is already quite moist, so I'm not going to water them yet, but I will be monitoring them regularly. Now, if you want to join in with this experiment, if you want to sow some salad leaves, maybe some leeks in your greenhouse, and an unheated greenhouse over winter, join in and let me know down below that you're doing it, and I'll check out how you're going on too. I'll keep you updated as we go over the winter. Just a little add-on that I'm going to put in just before we say goodbye, even though I filmed it afterwards, is I've done this to the seeds. I have got these little propagator lids, so I've put these over the top of all of the salad mixes, and also I have our thermometer here, so I am going to be monitoring the lowest temperatures that these are growing in, so we'll get a good idea of how well they do in our climate here. So I just thought I'd add that in so you can see how I finished everything off. So I hope you found that last bit of information useful. We're going to go, and I'm going to go back now to the saying goodbye bit. So see you in a second. So thank you for watching me sow some seeds today. I am Jazz, and this is Alternative Smallholding. Beardy Dude, who broke the sledgehammer, and Rue's sitting in the car because she's cold, she's reading a book. So we're going to go now. My feet are frozen, they're soggy, and I think it's time we went and started cooking some tea. So, let's say bye. No, bye. We'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.